The Rams have re-signed wide receiver Tutu Atwell. What does that mean for him and the Rams this upcoming season? We'll talk about that next on this free agency episode here on the Rams Up Podcast Network. What's going on, Rams Nation? Welcome back to the Rams Up Podcast Network. I'm Ian. Like, subscribe, share this video and podcast with all your fellow Rams fans. Please subscribe, put your notification bell on our page, and we'll have tons of content going forward all throughout this free agency frenzy, draft season, and beyond. So let's get right to it. What a shocker this was, as the Rams re-signed wide receiver Tutu Atwell to a one-year, $10 million fully guaranteed deal. And let's pull up the tweet here by Adam Schefter, who broke the news to the football universe. Again, Rams wide receiver Tutu Atwell reached agreement on a one-year, $10 million fully guaranteed contract. The deal was negotiated by Drew Rosenhaus and Robert Bailey. As Drew Rosenhaus is a notorious player agent, where he is known for working with high end players and even, I guess you could say, not star players, and being able to get as much money as humanly possible from teams. And it feels like in this case, him and Robert Bailey were able to do that for Tutu Atwell, as this 1 year, again, fully guaranteed $10 million contract uh, is a surprise to all Rams fans, and again, including myself, as Tutu Atwell was somebody who I believe did not get enough playing time throughout his time with the Rams. But I think it's important we rewind really quick and we go through his journey up until this point. So in 2021, the Rams draft Tutu Atwell in the second round, 57th overall. As I know many of you are still upset over him being chosen over Creed Humphrey, the All-Pro center for the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh well, it's over. It is what it is. We won a Super Bowl. They've won theirs. At the end of the day, we got to a world championship, and we did it without Creed Humphrey. So clear that from your mind, Rams Nation. It's done. But he was selected there, and he ended up injuring his shoulder on some special teams plays and was placed on injured reserves, and we didn't see him make a catch that Super Bowl season, which is crazy for someone being drafted that high. And people were afraid and nervous of his size. Yes, he was fast. Yes, he had good hands and he could run routes and all that, but people were concerned with the size and durability, and that came to unfortunate fruition in that rookie campaign during the Super Bowl season. Then we fast forward to 2022, and then the Super Bowl hangover season was a disaster for everyone. Let's just be honest. Everyone's getting hurt. There weren't opportunities being had because of the O-line situation, and Stafford just getting his ass kicked constantly. And no one had a good season that year other than a few players, maybe. But that season was a wash for Tutu Atwell. But then we jumped to 2023, and I'm going to lump this in with this past season, 2024. He played well when given the opportunity. And yes, you can say, hey, when a cup was out or when other guys were out, did Tutu catch a bunch of touchdowns and have a bunch of, oh my God, I can't believe it plays? Objectively, no. But there weren't a lot of Rams wide receivers during this couple year span who were getting into the end zone. Let's just be honest about it. Sean McVay's deficiencies in red zone play calling, his uh, his deficiencies in scheming up people to get into the end zone consistently from the wide receiver tight end position, the pass catchers in general, has not been very good for the last couple seasons. We just have to be objectively honest about it. So in those 2 seasons, when Tutu was the main guy, he was making big time catches. Whether it was a deep out route, a speed out route, whether it be a bomb down the field, corner, post, go streak route, whether it be those in or dig routes, right? where they'd find the area in the middle of the defense going in towards the defense, right? That's where the in comes from, or dig, depending whatever name you like it. The comebacks where corners and secondary members were afraid of Tutu Atwell's speed, of him running by them. So Tutu Atwell will get himself pretty dang open on those comeback routes, right? He'd push forward like he's running that streak go route down the field or any other deep route, and then he would, flip the switch, get his hips around, and then come back. That's the route to the ball, and Stafford would throw that 15-yard comeback route, and he would be open a ton. And Tutu had tons of sideline catches where he had that toe drag swag. I know, as Nate Burleson liked to call it when he was a part of the NFL Network. And let's not forget, Rams Nation, when he was asked to be a starting wide receiver, he produced. And again, because of the size, because of the scheme overall, we were doing. They favored Puka Kupp because he was a household name, and Demarcus Robinson because of his, catch radius. But I was a big proponent of when Kupp started to slide down that second half of the season. I was like, Tutu and Jordan Whittington need more playing time than Cooper Kupp because I think they can make a difference more often than not in the passing game. And well, based on this contract he's getting, Rams Nation, this is starting level money. Is it huge money? Of course not compared to other wide receivers, but $10 million or more for any player, regardless of position, that's starting level money. And I hope that McVay realized that, yes, I did underutilize Tutu Atwell. He is a productive wide receiver. He does have good hands. He can make the sideline catch. He can make the tough over the shoulder catches like he did against the 49ers earlier in this past season, where we were 0-2 and we were staring down the barrel of 0-3 and having another disaster season potentially. And he had big catches then. He had big catches in other games, whether he's catching bombs or drawing defensive pass interference. I mean, the speed he has, along with other skill sets, is a super valuable commodity for any offense, no matter what scheme you run. So I hope with this deal and everything that he will provide and can provide, we'll be able to get this offense scoring more points, right? I mean, just think of all the games this past season where the Rams struggled mightily to get touchdowns. And I think with the speed, the explosives that they lacked overall as a team, I think Tutu Atwell, with more playing time, because when he was on the field getting playing time, we were very explosive. Just call it what it is. I think will do wonders for this offense to make another Super Bowl run this upcoming season. But objectively, let's go through the stats, because I know many of you are probably thinking, all right, let's see what the hell he actually did. And I get it. The stats are not crazy. Only 1,000 receiving yards. And I know 2021 is not pictured because he literally did not see the field after his shoulder injury. But with more opportunities, I definitely believe he can be an 800 plus yard wide receiver minimum. I think he's definitely got 1,000 yards of production capability if he gets the targets, if he gets the playing time, which based on this contract, he's going to have to justify it, which I think benefits the Rams regardless. But Rams Nation, Tutu Atwell signing does not get the Rams to not go after a Devontae Adams. It does not stir and steer away their possible selection of a wide receiver in the draft, right, in the first couple rounds. They still have a lot of money to spend. Yes, we have to see what Alaric Jackson and Matthew Stafford's contracts affect the cap, which I expect those cap hits to be low, just how the Rams do business, and they want those numbers to be low. All your possibilities and hopes and dreams of rookies or veteran wide receiver depth to be added in is still very possible. And I think my last thought on this Tutu Atwell re-signing is that they needed familiarity in the room when they do eventually draft people, when they do eventually probably sign other veteran wide receiver or wide receivers. They need people familiar with this system and how things are done. And Puka Nacua, as great as he is and how young he is, I think they didn't want him being the only person teaching and getting other wide receivers up to speed in that wide receiver room. So I think that plus everything else is why Tutu Atwell is back. And look at we'll see how it plays out. But I hope Rams Nation that he gets serious, serious starting level playing time to justify this fully guaranteed $10 million deal. But we'll see what happens. But hey, unexpected. Could we have gone away with a little bit less? I think so, truthfully. But I'm happy that he's back, and I think he is a big difference maker and will be a big reason why we eventually will have a chance to win another Lombardi trophy this upcoming season. But hey, we'll see what happens, right? I know. I know. I know. But that'll do it here, Rams Nation. Let me know how you feel about Tutu Atwell returning to the Los Angeles Rams, and if you feel that money is justified or not, and what would you have offered Tutu Atwell based on what he's done as a professional thus far with the Rams and in the entire NFL. But that'll do it here. Like, subscribe, share this video and podcast with all your fellow Rams fans. And don't forget, baby, go Rams.